Belly Flop, where you either make a splash, an ass out of yourself, or both. I am Alex.
And I'm CW. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the Belly Flop, everyone. Hope everyone's having a great week. This is CW.
This is Alex.
Coming to you from November 1st, the day after Halloween.
I can't believe it's already November.
I know, I don't really know where the year has went.
Nowhere.
I'll tell you where I went. This morning I went to Target in hopes of getting some discount Halloween candy.
Did you get any?
There was none. Like, I don't know. I was there like an hour and a half after opening. I have no clue where the hell the candy was.
So I wonder if they just took it off the shelves.
Well, I would hope that they would just, sell it because it's not going to be good in their Halloween packaging next year.
Yeah, that's usually interesting. Usually Halloween's on sale. The candy's on sale for like a couple weeks.
Like the signs are up for 30%, not 50% as I expected. 30%.
30%. Ah, sales are down this year. It's a tough year.
Tough year, yeah. So, and I did get one package of like Reese Cup snack size candy.
Well, I have a ton of candy at my house from Trick or Treat.
Well, if there are Milk Duds, feel free to bring them over next week.
They probably are.
Yeah.
Probably are. There were some interesting candies given out.
Really?
Yeah, some that we didn't discuss in the last episode, or whatever episode that was, we talked about Halloween candy. I forgot about one of the worst candies of all time.
And that is?
Which is the peanut butter, it's like peanut butter taffy maybe. It comes in the orange and black wax paper twisted ends.
Oh.
You know what I'm talking about? No logos, nothing. It's just orange and black wax paper wrapped around peanut butter toffee, whatever. I don't know. It's terrible. Garbage. I forgot about it.
So you're saying the kids are not eating that?
Nobody's going to eat that shit. It's terrible.
I mean, yeah, I can see that.
And one of the more underrated candies, Nerds.
Oh, I love Nerds.
I literally dumped a whole box in my mouth and just chew it up.
Like the kids are just staring at you like...
Yeah. There's no like, take a little bit.
No. You just got to do it.
Yeah. So, yeah.
So do you inspect the candy like for the kids? Like,
oh, there is the
like you go
candy
through it?
tax.
Oh, yeah. I mean, there's obviously the dad tax.
Oh, I don't. Jessica may. I'm not wasting that time. Eat the candy. 3 pieces for me, 1 for you.
So yeah,
one for you.
I went to a friend's house last night and passed out candy with their family, and like they literally would not let their kids touch it until like they the mom until they inspected it, and the dad's like, you get to pick 4 pieces. I don't care.
That's kind of my approach. I think Jessica's gonna like spray it all with Lysol or something.
Okay, well the neighbors are not from West Virginia, so they were like, wait, that's a thing. That's really a thing here. Like, we've never done that.
Like, went through your kids' candy?
Yeah.
I mean, like, I always thought I would go through my kids' candy to pick out the good shit for me. The stuff I liked.
Oh, I made it known that if there was any candy they wanted to get rid of, I was willing to take it.
That was as an inspection, in quotes.
I'm sorry, this Snickers wrapper is slightly disheveled. That's risky.
Yeah, the full-size Snickers bar, that's trouble. Can't have that, guys.
Mine. Like the seagulls off of Nemo.
There were two houses that we hit that were giving out full-size candy bars.
Really?
Yeah. The one was giving out full-size candy bars that you could pick, which she had all kinds. She had like every type you could find. Baby Ruth, Crunch, Hershey bars, Kit Kats, Snickers, all kinds of full-size bars. You could pick one. Or she had an entire bowl of like sweet candy, like Sweet Tarts and things like that, Laffy Taffies, Nerds. You could get a whole handful out of that. You could either pick a big bar or grab a whole handful of your own out of the bowl.
Ooh.
Of course, Parker took the big bar. Grayson took 1 piece of candy out of the bowl. I'm like,
yeah.
Dude, whole handful, man, not just one.
Use the whole hand.
But
Get in there.
Right before that, he had been given a pencil for Halloween. And he was not thrilled, and he let him know it.
What am I supposed to do with this?
His exact words were, he looked and he goes, "A pencil? You can't eat a pencil."
Hopefully, it was not one of your neighbors. It was someone.
No, it was
random.
somebody over where we were trick or treating. So, and they gave out pencils last year. It's like a little old lady. It's fine. I don't care. But I thought it was hilarious. His response.
So, any fun candy delivery systems?
No. A lot of people had like either pre-bagged, and they were sitting on a table, and they were sitting out there talking to you. And they just, and then a lot of people. There were several places that just had a bowl on the please take one. Most people, like a lot of people wearing a mask and glove, like latex gloves. That's what Donna did. My mother-in-law, when she was handing out her candy, she had on latex gloves and a mask and just sat out there and gave it out. I didn't see any cool contraptions though.
Say there were 2 houses on this street that had PVC pipe set up.
Yeah, like the slide.
To shoot it out at the kids.
That would have been cool, but
it was fun. There definitely was some planning involved. I mean, they had painted it,
decorated it.
Yeah, they had too much free time.
A lot of effort.
Lots of effort on just to give away candy.
But my kids did a little better than normal. They made it a little farther this year. Usually within like 15 minutes. My feet hurt. I'm
tired.
I'm like, dude, we are hitting every house out here.
You made my ass come out.
You gotta fill the candy bag. That's the whole point. They got a lot of candy though. It was a good haul.
And your oldest was not the dead football player.
No, that was sold out. He ended up being a ninja.
Yeah.
Which he liked.
I was gonna say, which
he kept jumping around, like he'd like jump off their porch and like land in like that ninja
pose,
like knee down, hand on the ground. I don't know. I was like, dude, it just looks like you're falling.
Well, I mean,
but he continued to do it.
He's not the most graceful anyway, so.
But they had fun. He got to do his favorite thing, which is when we get back, he likes to hand out candy, and look at other people's costumes. So it was a good time. But there were some candy that I had forgot about, like the shitty peanut butter taffy, Nerds, which are awesome, Almond Joys, which are one of my favorites.
Really?
A lot of people don't like those. I love them. I don't know why. Coconut.
See, I'm not a coconut person.
See, I don't like the mounds. I wish they made the mounds with the milk chocolate and not the dark chocolate, because they don't have the almond in them. And I think that would just be better than dark chocolate's gross. But
yeah, I like dark chocolate if it's got some like sea salt or something in there to kind of just offset, but
just dark chocolate. It's got the mound. I mean, I'll eat them.
But yeah, I don't really turn down that much candy.
Yeah, and right now
in general,
we have so much candy because the kids brought like 3 bags home from school too. So there's so much candy, but trick or treat was good.
So you were saying that your oldest wanted to go as Santa Claus. I learned my nephew, who is 3, did go as Santa Claus. But apparently the costume, my sister waited too late. He needed a size 3. All they had were 2s and 4s. So the 2 was a little too tight on the stomach, but the pants were too big. I'm like, okay. Well, he's fitting the Santa Claus profile.
He fits the fat man.
Yeah. Got to have a little belly,
That's right. That's apparently that was a big popular thing this year was Christmas themed Halloween costumes.
Apparently Christmas is a popular theme anyway. Next to what I expected to be discount on sale candy at Target were Christmas trees.
They've been out.
Like, I feel like they magically, like, I swear, like, the last time I was in Target, maybe a week and a half ago, they still had, like, full-on Halloween. And, like, overnight, boom, Christmas extravaganza, like, glitter everywhere, trees.
I know Sam's Club started putting out Christmas when I went to buy that fridge. I don't know how long ago that was. A month ago?
Probably, a month.
Yeah,
month
they didn't have trees out, but they had some of the smaller decorations up. But now it's all full blown. It's November 1st. It's Christmas season.
Obviously, it is Christmas season. I know I saw on Facebook the XM Sirius holiday stations are active today. Oh. But that's not the worst part. The worst part is that they normally take over one of your pre-programmed channels that, like, if you already have it in, like, your favorites setting, changes your whole lineup.
They reset it?
Yeah, they'll move Holly into, like, one of the top stations.
Gotcha. That's a bummer. I don't know. I like Christmas around Christmas.
Like, normally at Thanksgiving time, I'm thinking, okay, this is Christmas.
Yeah, right after Thanksgiving. That's when you set up. I gave my wife permission. Just go ahead. I don't care.
Oh, I mean, I agree. It's a lot of work just for, a month. Like a month.
Yeah.
Especially, like, if you're, like, those people, like the families that, like, get up on, like, the 2nd and 3rd story, like, roof, putting up lights, doing the banisters, the trees, the interior, the exterior. I mean,
I will not be hanging the lights until closer to Thanksgiving. They won't turn on until after Thanksgiving. That's my rule, at least.
I do have a thought about the dogwood tree in my front yard, covering it with LED lights.
Like the net lights?
I thought about the net, but I also thought about just going and getting strands of lights to match the ones I put on my porch and just wrapping them around branches. But that would be, one, not very cheap.
And a lot of work.
And two, a lot of work.
There are people.
Yeah.
Christmas, people go all out.
Oh, yeah.
But it just keeps starting earlier. I feel like it's moved earlier and earlier and earlier every year.
The nonstop holiday season once it gets here.
Yeah, and then it's like, okay, break for a day for Thanksgiving, right back into Christmas.
Yeah, there is no tradition. Like, it's like, I remember, like, used to be like, there was fall, like, you would have, like, the brown and fall colors.
Yeah.
Like, that kind of decoration.
Well, you did Halloween, then you did, like, autumn, fall decorations during November, and then you rolled into Christmas. Like, you had, like, I don't know, I remember in school we always made, like, turkeys out of, like, our hand.
Yes.
Your parents would hang that shit up all over the house. Like, mine did. It's embarrassing, but they did. You learn about the pilgrims. You have all that nonsense. That's all complete bullshit. When you get older, you realize.
Yeah.
But,
there was no peaceful...
dinner had.
Yeah.
It's I'm torn. This year's one, I'm just like, whatever. Just do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Make
it's
yourself happy.
It's easier that way.
Yeah. Normally, I am very strict on the not until after Thanksgiving.
Yeah, normally I wait till later. To me, that's just more festive, like when it's cold outside, like you're out decorating. But I know I have a coworker who literally put up his outside lights this weekend because it was warm.
Yeah, good weather for it.
Yeah, good
that's
weather.
That's the one thing you gotta wait till. Because I get up on the roof and walk around. I don't use a ladder, or I don't move my ladder like every 2 feet. I just get up on the roof and hang over the edge.
Granted, with the wind today, his outdoor decorations may be down.
Oh, I'm sure,
but
it was windy. But yeah, it's that time. My Christmas tree sale's coming up too. I got to get ready for that. We're setting that up on the 14th.
So that starts soon.
Yeah, we get all the stands set up on the 14th. Trees will be delivered the Saturday after Thanksgiving, so that's a big deal. And that may be part of the reason why I don't want to decorate till after Thanksgiving.
I can see that.
I'm already having to think about Christmas.
So that's a lot of work on your end.
Yeah, it's getting to be a lot, and then a lot. The staff at Big Brothers Big Sisters does a lot of the work too, which is helpful, but. A lot of the setups on me, and my helpers, volunteers if I can get them. Mm-hmm. But Christmas just keeps rolling. Yeah, so I'm thinking about Christmas in August when I've got to order my trees, which is just ridiculous.
Which is insane.
Yeah, and then now the stores are starting to sell everything. I'm shocked that there was no Halloween sales though on candy.
No, there was none. I was truly disappointed. I mean, granted, I don't need candy, but I expected it to be on sale.
None of us need it.
I
think I'm gonna have to empty the bowl from last Halloween because it's still full to fill it up with this year's Halloween candy.
Mm-hmm. So I could keep just a little bowl of candy on my desk. If a client comes in, when they used to come in, but it ends up being me eating it more than anything over time. I'm not going through a bag a week or anything. But
you leave me some nerds out there.
Oh,
I'll go quick.
Nerds. I enjoy Laffy Taffy. Except the banana flavor. I just can't do that.
See, I like the banana flavor.
I can't do it. Can't do it.
The problem with Laffy Taffy is unwrapping them.
Yes.
It is a nightmare.
Yes. You literally have to be patient, committed.
It's like they've all melted inside the wrapper
and at a certain point, it's not unwrapping. You just are that far into it that you have nowhere else to go with it.
You got to keep... You can't get a hold of any pieces.
It's like when you get 3/4 of the way through a movie and you're like, I really don't like this movie. You put that much time into it, you're just going to finish it.
Yeah, you might as well.
At least see if the ending is matching the rest of the movie.
Right.
But yeah, no. Halloween, next day, Christmas. There is no Thanksgiving transition.
Well, there's not a lot for them to do. They sold all the pumpkin decorations for Halloween. I don't know what else what are those cornucopia things?
Yeah.
Sell some of those.
Yeah.
Does anybody put those out anymore?
I don't. I do not.
Old people.
Yeah, possibly.
Old white people.
Old white people.
That's who does that.
Put it on the table.
Yeah. Full of fake vegetables
or fruit.
Fake
gourds.
What even? Yeah.
Maybe real gourds. I don't know. You hit up the farmer's market. You're like, oh, I need this.
I need this yellow and orange
I need
gourd.
this. I need this small squash.
Yes. I don't understand.
I don't get it.
Yeah. Anyway.
Another thing happening in November. Movember, no shave November.
Yeah, that's a big that is a big thing. That's actually when I started growing my beard for the first time. Was a no shave November thing. About 2016, I think. But yeah, apparently it started in like 2003, and I think it just started. Some friends did it, and then it grew into like where I don't know if everybody remember, but it was primarily for like people would do it to like raise funds for I don't know testicular cancer. What did I just say?
Yeah, I have no clue what. The hell you just said.
Testicular cancer and prostate cancer, and now it's like a whole movement. They do Movember, which it's a mustache thing, I guess, not just a beard. It's kind of lost in translation. But now you can do run 60 miles in a month or whatever just to raise money.
I would rather just not shave.
Yeah, for one of these funds. You can go to us.movember.com. November with an M for those. I'm not going to spell it for you, but they're not really a sponsor or anything. We're just saying it's a good cause. I'm going to participate, obviously, because I don't shave.
So you already have a beard. You've
got the scruff beard going.
I've got the scruff going on from the past week.
I may not trim. Maybe I'll go without trimming my mustache this month. But I don't know how well that would be received.
That could be entertaining. I feel like you should do it.
I can't. Like I've tried to go like weeks at a time, and it starts like bothering. It irritates my lip.
I literally remember doing a mustache probably 2 years ago. Whenever I had a beard, and I get bored at times. Like I'm like, okay, I'm going to shave the beard. It grows back.
Yeah.
So I left a mustache. I kept it for like a solid week until back when you could see family. I went to my sister's house to see my nephew, and she looked at me and she goes, "Are you trying to scare the neighbors, or are you going to sell me insurance? I don't know what's going on right now." And I just looked at her and I'm like, "What are you talking about?" She went, "You have to shave. You have to shave now."
The mustache was a no-go.
It was a no-go, which then in my head makes me want to do it more often.
Just because.
Just because.
I have never had just a mustache. I've had a goatee for like 30 minutes once.
30 minutes?
Yeah, like I was trimming the beard and and grabbed the guard that was too short, and got way too short on one side, and I was like, oh shit! So I just basically cut it down to a goatee, got all cleaned up, got dressed, looked in the mirror, and I was like, nope, that's got to go. So shaved it off.
I do remember the first time you grew a beard and you shaved. Didn't Parker start crying?
Parker cried. Grayson was too little. He didn't really understand. But yeah, Parker cried. So and Jessica showed up and was like, "What the hell did you do?"
Oh yeah, because she was against you with a beard.
Yeah, she hated it. And then I shaved it, and she was like, "What the hell did you do to your face? Don't ever do it again."
Yeah.
So it's been back ever since.
But
Except for the one time I fucked it up.
No, I mean it happens.
Yeah, but I haven't had a clean shave in a long time. I've thought about it, but. Then I look at pictures and I'm like, man, I look like an idiot.
I mean, I didn't want to say anything, but
yeah, I need to keep. Thanks. I need to keep the beard, but I might not trim the mustache. See how that goes.
They just have bushy mustache.
Just a giant bushy mustache. Maybe I won't trim any of it. I'll just shave down around the neck.
What's
I do that.
Looney Tunes character with the
was that
giant mustache for Yosemite Sam or
Yosemite
something?
Sam?
Yeah, that's what I'm picturing
Big,
right
long,
now.
Twirling the ends. I don't know if I can handle that.
Oh, I think it would be great just for the month of November.
I could go without trimming the beard. I still have to shave around the neck down here. I got to keep it neat, at least neat for work. Yeah, I'm a professional and all. You may not be able to tell from listening to this, but I am a professional.
I do professional things.
But we'll see. See how long I can go.
One of the things I do enjoy is that No Shave November, Movember, whatever you want to call it. It's like a worldwide thing. Like you see posts on social media from Australia, from other countries.
Yeah, it started in Australia.
And it's highly a really great movement. And let's face it. I mean, a lot of people in general do not take care of themselves with their health, whether it be physical, mental, any of that. And it's a great cause to make people actually think about the topics they don't want to think about.
Yeah. For men, it's a big stigma to be like emotional or need help like that. So, yeah, that's one of the big things, and I think that's why it evolved into supporting mental health initiatives, and I don't think it's just men anymore. I think it's that they'll fund anything that has to do with mental health, suicide prevention, testicular and prostate cancer, which is primarily men. Testicular is obviously men. But if you can go in there and donate, it's for a good cause, do it. I might set up a page, and maybe we'll see if I can not shave. I'm not running 60 miles, so don't.
I'm not running 60 miles.
But if you go to the website, there's a whole host of things you can do. Maybe some of our listeners will do something.
There's some products you can purchase and support, and if you're inclined to do that.
Yeah, we'll see.
So any excuse to not shave, I'm down with.
Yeah, I hate shaving.
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
I hate it.
I did it for about 2 months. I'm like, okay, back to scruff and.
Well, I've been shaving basically since I want to say like 14.
That sounds right.
And
it's what, 8th grade?
Something like that.
Yeah.
And I hate it. I got sensitive skin on like my neck, so it always like breaks out.
I remember like in like middle school, you wanted to have to start shaving.
Yeah, you couldn't wait.
Like you're like, I want to shave.
I want facial hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you're like, 10 years later, you're like, fuck.
Yes.
How much is this laser hair removal stuff? How long does it last?
Well, it can't be more than the friggin' razors at like the...
how much we've spent?
Yes, compared to what you spent on everything else. You'd go to... I
gotta get a dog toy here.
Yeah. Everyone, sorry if you hear Knox in the background. He is apparently pretty hyper today. Well, there's no apparently. He is pretty hyped today. But, razors are not cheap. Especially like even if you go to like Sam's Club or Costco,
they're still expensive.
They're still expensive.
Well, and then like I was always buying like the shaving cream for like sensitive skin because like my neck always like tears up.
Yeah.
Even if I don't cut it, it just like breaks
mine
out.
Gets irritated. Yeah.
And I hate it. So I don't know. Shaving's such a pain. I don't know how women do it every day on their legs.
Laser hair removal. Whatever, yeah.
Yeah, legs and everywhere
support
else. Yep. I just don't know how it works on the face.
I feel like that'd be painful.
It's got to have improved.
Well,
I just don't think it lasts as long as you'd think. I don't think it's permanent.
Because your hair grows in phases. So, you would have to get it done quite a bit. And then, every so many years, you would have to go in for, a follow-up.
Well, they can only do so much at a time. So, you'd have to, I guess they'd probably start up by your sideburns and do an inch on each side the first time and just kind of keep going down. So then, it's got to be like a quarter. I had this conversation with one of these people who do it, but it's got to be like a.
So you've researched this.
Yes. At the time, it had to be like a 1/4 inch long for them to do it. That's the recommended length. So if they have to start and can't do it all at once, you're going to have a really weird shaped beard until it's done.
Yeah.
And then there's the risk of scarring and all the other problems of doing it on your face. So I was out.
Yeah, I think in reality, plus that is also not cheap.
Well, and then now I've got a beard, so I wouldn't be able to do that if I had done that in the back in the day. I'd be stuck with my stupid baby face. So
you would look younger.
Yeah, a lot younger. And my face would be when I'd put on a little weight. It was kind of nice to have the beard. My face didn't look as round. Mm-hmm. The beard kind of helped shape it, so that was always a benefit. But
styling secrets of Alex Gothard, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, we'll see how long I can grow it. I actually I didn't trim it today. I should have trimmed it this morning. I shaved my neck and my cheeks this morning because it gets a little unruly.
So did you wake up at a normal time this morning or did you sleep in?
It was daylight.
It is daylight savings time.
Clocks went back. I tried my best to sleep in, but when you have children, you don't really gain an hour of sleep that first night.
No.
You actually lose an hour of sleep the next night because your kids still wake up at the normal time they would have wake up.
Yes.
It's just an hour earlier on the clock now. So that means you're going to be up an hour later.
I felt this pawing sensation this morning, and I'm like, why is the dog waking me up? And it was granted, normal wake up time is about 6. In his world, it was 6. It was 4:54. So 5:54 previously. And he was ready to get breakfast and go out and start his day. Whereas I'm like, leave me alone.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Grayson woke Jessica up at like 6:30, 6:45. Which, that's 7:30, which is late for him normally.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was not ready to be awake at all.
But I was very, very, very comfortable in bed.
Yeah.
And most mornings, like especially like when it's kind of cool outside, I can go back to sleep. For some reason this morning, I was like, yep, I'm up.
Well,
17 K-cups later, I'm still going.
I hate daylight savings time. I don't understand why we still do it. I mean, the history of it, well, what we're taught is wrong anyway. I mean, everybody says it's for farming and blah, blah, blah. No, it's just to take advantage of daylight. They move it an hour to where you have more daylight in the evenings than you do in the mornings. So that way you can, because most people sleep through the daylight in the mornings.
Yeah.
But I just wish they'd pick one and just stick with it. Forget all this changing. Preferably the summer one.
Like, there are how many states that do not recognize daylight savings time?
I don't know about. I feel like the city of Indianapolis does not.
I remember it used to be certain counties in Indiana did not.
Like Indianapolis did not, but the rest of the state does. It's weird. Because I've been there, and like they're on a different time zone basically.
Hawaii and Arizona
do
not observe daylight savings time.
The only two?
Only two.
States.
Only two states. Territories: American Samoa, Guam, Northern Mariana Islands, Puerto Rico, and the U.S. Virgin Islands do not observe it either.
So I wonder how much of the world still observes it. Because, like, preferably, I mean, obviously it's got to be enough of the world or we would stop doing it too, right?
I would think so.
Because, like, I feel like everything's based on our time.
We're also one of the few countries that use the imperial measurement system.
Yeah, that's just because we're stupid. The metric makes too much sense.
Okay, most areas in Europe and other countries in North America observe daylight savings time. In South America, countries near the equator do not observe daylight savings time, whereas Paraguay and most of Chile do. Well, I mean, yeah, this map is very...
but it's like, I don't understand...
very spread.
So, like, I get it in the summer. We're adding more time in the evening. But in the winter, I feel like we take the time away from the evening. Because we just took the hour back.
Yes.
To where we got a little bit more time. I guess it's so you can get back to being a little bit more daylight during the day. Because if we didn't, it would be staying dark until like 7 o'clock. Mm-hmm. So now we're trying to get it dark or daylight about 6:30.
Help you start your day more.
I'd rather start at like 9 o'clock anyway, to be honest. But I don't know. I think it's a stupid topic. Or not stupid topic. I think it's a stupid thing. I wish we'd just pick a time and that's the end of it. Move on.
Be too easy.
Felt that way for a long time.
Apparently, if you move to Hawaii or Arizona, you could do it that way.
Yeah, but how does that work? Because then, I guess during the spring forward, you're like, so if we're basing it off Eastern time or Greenwich Standard Time, Arizona would be a -4? No. We're -5, so they'd have to be -8 or -9. Because they're 4 hours, Arizona 4 hours behind us, whatever they are. Do they just kind of like change?
They're -7.
So they're -7. So do they go to like -6?
I don't know.
Or do they go to -8? Since they don't change, it has to, that adjusts, right?
Yeah, I have no clue.
I mean, because everybody else
But
changes.
I mean, in all reality, you don't have to worry about it because Apple sells how many Apple Watches now every
it's all
year?
automatic.
Like literally, as soon as you hit the new time zone, your
updates.
phone and watch magically change the time.
Yeah, which is kind of neat. You don't have to like have an engineering degree to set the time on your oven.
Now, if they could just apply that to
everything. Yeah, like why is it so hard to change the time on your car?
Yeah.
Like the new radios are pretty smart. They'll do it. But like, cars still always have like a digital clock that you have to set. Well, at least some do.
Mine has a analog clock that sets with the digital.
It's set by the car?
Yeah.
So, well, you got a fancy car. It's smart.
Sometimes.
Until it breaks. But like, the Keurig, you got to like set it every day. It's like, why can't it just connect to the Wi-Fi? Just set for me.
I mean,
why can't the stove do that?
Appliances are getting smarter.
They're getting smarter. The fridges are getting real smart. It'll order your food.
Yes.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, as mine looks in and it says, "Oh, you have no food today. What do you want from Grubhub?"
It does?
No, I wish.
Oh, I'll say, wait a minute. I was just looking at your fridge. It doesn't look like one of those.
Is that an option?
Well, I don't know. I wish they'd pick a time and go with it. I don't like this having to jump back and forth.
It'd be much easier just to keep.
I mean, it's only twice a year, but it's just a pain in the butt.
I remember in previous times running a half marathon on this Sunday, and it was always the Sunday of Daylight Savings Time.
So it was always like
The Marshall University half marathon.
earlier than you expected.
Always on Daylight Savings Time.
Why do they do that?
Technically, you're gaining, you
An
get
hour of
your
sleep.
hour, but it's like your body's already kind of thrown off. The time has
Unless
changed.
you have children.
Or a dog.
You're not getting an hour. You're losing an hour because you're going to wake up an hour earlier.
Well, it wasn't that much more soothing to go out and run 13.1 miles.
Yeah, I don't think it really matters how much sleep you get.
No.
It's going to suck either way.
Like, you're just running for the beer at the end anyway.
I don't think that's enough for me.
Yeah. It's enough incentive.
I'm not running. If I'm running 13.1 miles, something's chasing me. It's
better than 60.
Well, if I'm running that far, you should run too. Something's happening. Something bad has happened.
One of those end of the world movies is coming true.
That or somebody's chasing me, and I'm probably going to die because I ain't running that far.
I'm not running that far.
But they probably won't either.
Yeah,
My luck, I'd be chased by an ultra marathoner or something.
Yeah, you would have like the one guy. That would be how you met your end.
Yeah.
Well, everyone, I think we've about hit the time for the day. Hope you've enjoyed the episode. Remember to like, rate, review, subscribe.
Do something. Interact.
Yeah, rate us on iTunes, Apple Podcasts.
Comment on our social media. Let us know your thoughts on Daylight Savings Time.
Let us know your thoughts. Let us know if you snagged any on sale Halloween candy.
Or if you had any thoughts on how shitty Halloween candy is sometimes.
Yeah, agreed.
Or if you like the peanut butter taffy, which if you do, keep that shit to yourself. It's terrible.
Alex is going to judge you.
Yeah,
but
I will judge that.
that's what he does. But everyone take care, stay safe.
Have a good weekend.
Hope you enjoyed the episode.